Step 1. Introduction. Maui no Ka'oi. In Maui, we have a saying, Maui no Ka'oi, which means Maui is the best. The second largest of the Hawaiian Islands, Maui is the perfect blend of unspoiled tropical paradise and luxury resort destination. Nicknamed the Valley Isle due to the luscious green valley resting between its two volcanoes, Haleakala and Mauna Kahalawai, West Maui Mountains, Maui is best known for its natural beauty and its spirit of aloha. Stunning beaches, mystic jungle waterfalls, bamboo forests, waving fields of sugarcane, whales breaching in the crystal blue ocean, sunrise over a volcano, all these sights and more await the visitor to Maui. Honeymooners, golfers, sports enthusiasts, and families with small children can all find the perfect vacation destination here. The Hawaiian Islands were first settled by voyagers from the Marquesas Islands, a group of volcanic islands 2,000 miles away in French Polynesia. According to Hawaiian tradition, Hawaiiloa was the navigator on that first journey and named the island of Maui after his son, who had himself been named for the demigod Maui. Oahu and Kauai were similarly named after his other sons, while the Big Island of Hawaii was named after Hawaiiloa himself. The original settlers of the Hawaiian Islands populated the islands for 600 to 800 years before the Tahitians arrived around the year 1200. These settlers may have been the Menehune, little people of legend. The word Menehune comes from the Tahitian word Manahune, meaning commoner, and may refer to a race of people who were considered lesser in social status rather than being significantly small in stature. The Menehune were said to be skilled master craftsmen who built heiau, temples, fish ponds, and other structures, some of which can still be seen today on Kauai and Oahu. The first Westerner to arrive in the Hawaiian Islands was an Englishman named Captain James Cook, who made landfall in Kauai in 1778. Captain Cook didn't land on Maui because the surf was too high and he couldn't find a harbor. During his third visit to the Hawaiian Islands, an altercation broke out and Cook was killed in the melee. He died in 1779 at the age of 51 on the Big Island at Kealakekua Bay. In 1786, Jean-François de Galaup Lapérouse was the first European to actually set foot on Maui, making landing in the area now known as Lapérouse Bay. King Kamehameha I of the Big Island invaded Maui in 1795, and by 1810 he had united the entire archipelago into one kingdom. During these years, several contagious diseases decimated the Hawaiian population, which was estimated at somewhere between 250,000 to 1 million people when Europeans first arrived in 1779. As a consequence of European contact and exposure to measles, cholera, and gonorrhea, by 1848 the number of remaining Hawaiians numbered only around 88,000. In 1893, approximately 100 years after Maui became part of a united Hawaii, the kingdom was overthrown by United States businessmen on the island of Oahu, leading to the annexation of the islands to the United States in 1898. In 1896, the Hawaiian language was banned from schools and government offices and would not be allowed in schools for the next 40 years. Hawaii officially became the 50th state in 1959. Maui weather and geography. Maui weather varies more by location than by season due to its microclimates. Each area has its own distinctive climate. At any given time, it is likely to be raining somewhere on Maui and sunny in another location, maybe only a few miles apart. If at any time you don't like the weather in Maui, you can get in your car and drive for a few minutes to find weather more to your liking. The dominant feature of Maui, Haleakala Volcano, is considered the world's largest dormant volcano and is believed to have erupted last in 1786. The summit of Haleakala gets very cold, while temperatures are usually warmer at sea level. Overall, Maui's daytime temperatures average between 75 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit year-round, with evening temperatures dropping by about 15 to 18 degrees. The weather can be quite variable even within these microclimates, so you may need to be flexible with your plans if the weather isn't cooperating. Swap a windy beach day for a bamboo forest hike, rather than spend the day dodging blasts of sand in your face. Central Maui, Kahului, Wailuku, tends to be hot throughout the year. Kahului can be at times muggy, but doesn't actually get a lot of rain. Wailuku gets more rain than Kahului since it is closer to the West Maui Mountains. South Maui, Kihei, Wailea, Makena, and West Maui, Lahaina, Ka'anapali, Kapalua, are both commonly dry and hot, up to 92 degrees. If it's raining in these areas, it may be raining over the entire island. In these areas, you will find tropical flowers that do best in drier climates, such as hibiscus and plumeria. The North Shore, Haiku, Paia, and East Maui, Keanai, Hana, and Kipahulu get significantly more rain, especially at higher elevations. These areas are therefore lush and covered in thick vegetation, including tropical flowers that thrive in wet conditions, such as ginger, heliconia, and anthurium. Haiku has measurable rain approximately 204 days per year. The Oheo Gulch Pools area of Kipahulu has measurable rainfall an astonishing 270 days per year. A popular saying in Maui is, "No rain, no rainbows." Upcountry Maui usually has warm temperatures during the day with cooler evenings. The higher up Haleakala you venture, the cooler the temperatures, especially at night or early morning. Kula can get as cold as 40 degrees in the wee hours, and the summit of Haleakala can have freezing temperatures and even snow on rare occasions. Occasionally, Maui gets kona winds or storms, meaning southwesterly winds, opposite direction of the usual trade winds. Kona storms sometimes bring rainfall to the south and west areas of Maui that are typically hot and dry. The Kona winds can also bring VOG, harmful volcanic air pollution emitted from the Big Island's Kilauea volcano. Important information for visitors. When visiting a new area, it's important to learn about and respect the local culture. Here are some tips for visiting Maui. 1. Respect the aina, land. Please clean up after yourself and don't litter. Keep a distance from sea turtles, monk seals, and humpback whales. They are endangered species and are protected by law with hefty fines. Also, don't step on or touch coral reefs. Reef-safe sunscreen will also help make sure Maui's reefs are protected and are still here when you next visit. Watch for Marine Life Conservation District signs. These areas do not allow fishing nor the taking of any natural resources, including marine life, rocks, or shells. Your kokua, careful consideration, is appreciated. 2. Always remove your shoes before entering someone's home. 3. When taking a leisurely drive, if you notice a local driver behind you, pull off the road to your right as soon as it is safe to do so and let the local person pass. They are probably on the way to work and will be extremely grateful not to drive at a sightseeing pace. 4. You may hear the word haole, which is the Hawaiian word for foreigner and is not generally meant disrespectfully. It simply means someone unfamiliar. 5. Note kapu signs and stay out of these forbidden areas. The Tahitians introduced the kapu system, a strict code of conduct and religious law system with thousands of rules. The kapu system was the core of Hawaiian culture until it was abolished in 1819. Kapu means restricted, and to this day the word is often used to mean no trespassing on signs throughout Hawaii. 6. In Hawaii, gratuities are expected in accordance with American standards. In restaurants, the customary tip is 15 to 20% of the total bill. Please tip according to these customs, as many workers in Hawaii are paid less than minimum wage. Tips are factored into their regular pay in accordance with local law. The workers and their families depend on tips to put food on their own tables. 7. In Hawaii, many locals speak Pidgin, an officially recognized language that originated on sugarcane plantations as a form of communication between Hawaiians, immigrants from several different countries, and English speakers. Don't assume that someone speaking Pidgin is uneducated. Most locals speak perfect English as well as Pidgin. Some locals recommend that visitors don't attempt to speak Pidgin as it may be considered rude. 8. When presented with a lei, accept it and wear it gracefully by centering it on your shoulders rather than on your neck. It is considered impolite to take a lei off in front of the person who gave it to you. 9. Treat all sacred sites with extreme respect. Avoid loud or disruptive behavior, immodest clothing, and even photography at these sacred sites. Offerings are not required, and silent reverence is the best behavior. Your mindfulness is appreciated, as Hawaiian culture and history is of utmost importance to Hawaii's locals, especially as it seems to be disappearing before their very eyes. 10. Have a spirit of aloha, a positive and flexible attitude, mindfulness, and friendliness. You will blend in well with the spirit of aloha because Maui locals have it in abundance. Beach safety. Please remember that all beaches in Maui have potential dangers. Never swim alone. Heed all hazard signs on beaches. They are black, yellow, and orange. Take stock of the ocean conditions before deciding whether to enter the water. And as the saying goes, when in doubt, don't go out. Don't dive into shallow waves or waters of unknown depth. Never turn your back on the ocean, even when walking on the beach. Waves come in sets, and waves of unexpectedly large size do occur. Apply and reapply reef-safe sunburn protection. All Hawaii beaches and oceans may be inhabited by sharks, jellyfish, sea urchins, and other creatures that may cause harm. Sharks rarely attack humans, and when they do, it is usually out of confusion or curiosity. They prefer turtles, seals, or fish as their food. But don't swim at night or twilight, nor in murky waters where sharks may mistake you for their natural prey. Don't swim near runoff into the ocean or near active fishermen, as these are attractive places for sharks to find a meal. Don't enter the water if you are bleeding or have a cut or open wound, as the scent of blood attracts sharks from up to a mile away. Similarly, urinating in the ocean may attract sharks. Avoid wearing bright, high-contrast colors or sparkling jewelry in the water. That said, please keep in mind that even with millions of people enjoying the ocean around Maui every year, shark incidents are rare. The entire state of Hawaii only averages about 4 shark incidents per year, almost always non-fatal. Your chances of being attacked by a shark while visiting Maui are actually slim to none. Additional safety information. Don't leave anything highly valuable unattended on the beach or even in your car. Car break-ins are the #1 crime in Maui. Expect to encounter critters. Cockroaches, large cockroaches, and even larger cockroaches. Centipedes and scorpions. Cane spiders the size of your hand. They're harmless, though. The good news is, none of these critters you may encounter on Maui have bites or stings that are deadly. Usually, the worst damage you'll get from one of these insects is little worse than a bee sting. Mosquitoes abound, so you'll want to wear natural insect repellent. But rest assured that dengue fever, chikungunya, and similar viral outbreaks have not been reported on Maui. Never swim in freshwater ponds or waterfalls if you have an open sore or cut, as these waters may potentially contain waterborne bacteria, especially after runoff has entered the water from heavy rains. You take a risk whenever swimming directly below a waterfall because natural debris such as large tree branches can fall right on top of unsuspecting swimmers below. While keeping these safety tips in mind is a good idea, remember that everything in life involves a certain amount of risk. A Hawaiian proverb, "Oikau kalau e hana I ola honua." Live your life while the sun is still shining.